that you settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that you.
The Shelley Winter Show, live, local, topical, and entertaining. Happy Valentine's Day. 448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Now, more news coming out. They got 3 alleged shooters in custody, 1 dead, and 21 others shot. 21, the number's grown to 21 injured, but they've got 3 people in custody. I'm still waiting to hear what happened to the serious national security threat. Like, that just disappeared. And now, breaking news, Trump is supposed to be hearing from the DOJ on the presidential immunity case tonight. We'll bring that to you when we hear it. That's supposed to happen. That's going to be breaking news tonight. So just stay tuned. Keep it locked here for all of that news. I want to talk about my good friend CJ Pearson. CJ Pearson is a young man. He's okay. So let me read to you how they describe him. Right. So he's in a runoff, the March 12th, when we have the presidential primary. His race is against Gary Richardson, former Columbia County Commissioner Gary Richardson. They're in a runoff, right? Because no one got over the 51%, 50+1 in their race, right? This is for House District 125, a special election. Now, they describe CJ Pearson as a conservative social media influencer in the newspaper. They describe the other guy. This is what we're dealing with. Former Columbia County Commissioner Gary Richardson will square off against conservative social media influencer CJ Pearson. This young man, let me tell you, I met this young man probably when he was about 12 or 13 years old. This kid was smarter than most elected officials at 13, 14 years old. Look, I'm dead serious. And if you've known him as long as I have, and many people have, he's smarter than a lot of our elected officials. And I mean that, both sides. All right? He has run campaigns from college. Now, he ran Vernon Jones' campaign. It wasn't successful. Vernon dropped out, but that's not something you hit. There's a lot of people making millions of dollars who lose every race they get involved in. No one ever talks about that. But then they talk about his age. Recently on Georgia Gang, Phil Kent mentioned, he's only 21. I'm not for 21-year-olds running. But Houston Gaines ran when he was a senior in college. Young people run. And to be honest with you, I'd rather young people in the state house than a bunch of guys who have been in politics for 30 years, right? I'll take the younger guy over people who are county commissioner, state house, state rep, mayor. I'll take the 21-year-old. He's going to have new ideas. That's what we need, new ideas. But more importantly than new ideas, you know what we need? You know what we need on our side? And I'm not afraid to say this. We need diversity. Let's be clear about that. You're hard-pressed to be called racist, and you're hard-pressed to be called the party of old white men if you elect young black men and young black women and young Hispanic people and young Asians. You're hard-pressed to be called the party of old white men if you go to the polls and vote for non-old white men. It's as simple as that. And I'm not saying you do it because he's African-American. You do it because he's smart. You do it because he's going to be good. You do it because the kid knows what he's doing. He's a smart kid. And he's a kid. Yes, I like kids. I got 2 presidential candidates running in there. They're almost going to be, one's 80 and one's late 70s. They're part of the geriatric crew. I don't want that. Give me the 21-year-old. If you're telling me it's okay to vote for a 76-year-old guy, but he's got his mind and his wits with him, and he does, in Trump, then why can't we vote for a 21-year-old? Well, he doesn't have experience. What experience does he need? He's smart. He's college educated. He's been in the game. He's been at every level of the game. He's been an activist. He's knocked on doors. He's made phone calls. Why can't he be? He's going to come up with good ideas that you never thought of. More importantly, if he wins, he can go on a campaign trail throughout the summer, walking around, going around Georgia, instilling hope and talking to young people to come out and vote. We're losing the young vote as we speak. So you're just going to go vote for another old white guy? I mean, let's be real about this. Oh, we want to broaden the tent. We want to increase the tent, Shelley Winter. Yes, we're focused. We're dedicated to that. We've got all these organizations raising millions of dollars to broaden and make the tent bigger. And then when you have an opportunity to vote for someone that can come in under the tent that's not part of the regular crew of people that you always vote for, that's always in leadership, you decide not to vote for him. Oh, because he's too young. Doesn't make any sense to me. Either you're committed to making a bigger tent and getting more people up under that tent, or you're not. Or it's just talk. CJ Pearson should win this seat because he's smart, he's going to work hard, and he's not doing it as another chip on his belt. Give me the guy who's young and new over the guy that's been in politics for many, many years. That's guy, because listen, the guy that's been in there many, many years, and I'm not caught casting aspersions on Mr. Richardson, but that guy's got a bunch of people he's got to pay back. I'm just telling you the game. Every dime he raises from some lobbyist or some corporation or some businessman, he's got to pay that guy back. CJ owes nobody. He's 21 years old. He hasn't been in the game long enough to owe anybody. So he's going to be literally working for us or the people in House District 125. And he'll be able to go on a campaign trail when the legislative session ends, and he can work the summer going to Savannah, going to Metro Atlanta, going to DeKalb County, going to Gwinnett County, and he can talk to young people about why conservatism works, why being a Republican works. You're going to go to Gwinnett County where it's Asian, Hispanic, African American, so many different nationalities, and you're going to send an old white guy up there to speak to them? No, what you'll do is not vote for CJ and then say, hey, CJ, can you volunteer and go talk to people to get out the vote? See, it doesn't make sense, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't make sense at all. CJ should win this race. It's a runoff. He got himself into a runoff. 5 candidates, and he's top 2. Let's take him over the finish line. Now, don't tell me about age. Don't tell me about experience. Because what experience do you really need to be a House district rep? Seriously. I'm not disparaging my friends who are in the state house. I'm not disparaging them at all. But come on. What experience do you need? Misha Maynard just flipped to the Republican Party. She's done more in her first term as a freshman state representative for her community than the other Democrats and Republicans have done for their community. She's gotten bills passed. She's worked hard to pass bills. She had no experience, but she put in the work. That's all you need to do is put in the work. It's not rocket science. It's politics. Let me tell you something. Salespeople and politicians were C students. They'll tell you. Salespeople at least will admit it. But I want a hard worker. I want a smart, hardworking, true conservative. And CJ Pearson is a hardworking, smart, true conservative. I don't want another politician. I don't want another guy in the old boys club slapping each other's back. Hey, Gary, yay. I've known you since the country club days. Yay, you won. Now, give me the new guy. Give me the guy that's going to come in there and do the work. Give me the guy that's going to come in there with new ideas. Give me the guy that's going to come in there and come up with new ways of talking to new demographics. And next, I'm going to talk to you about the new demographics. There's a story about what Metro Atlanta is going to look like in 2050. This should scare many of you, because if you haven't learned to talk to the people, this is going to really be California in 10 years. It's a Shelley Winter Show. We'll be right back.